Hi guys, I am here to show a couple of flowers that I made. Yes, I actually had time to sit down and make some flowers. I can't believe it. But I've been really wanting to try these flowers ever since I saw the tutorial by Vicky, who is TryHeart67 on here. And I'm pretty sure that she had seen the tutorial from someone else, and I can't remember who she said, but you'll see it if you watch her video. So these were the flowers that she made, and basically these are rosettes, and they're cut into little pieces and put together to make this flower. And this one I made just kind of experimenting with some lace because my husband actually came in here and I was making this flower, and we were trying to get ready to go to his parents' house, and I was waiting on him, so I was like, oh, I guess I'll try it because I have 5 extra minutes. And then of course he was ready before I anticipated, and he was standing watching over my shoulder, which ended up being a good thing because he said, why don't you try to put some lace in between the rosettes before you fold them? So I'm going to go ahead and show you how I did that in this video. So I guess it is kind of a flower tutorial, but I'm just going to show you the way I added lace in the middle. And to see the original way, which you guys can probably figure out by watching me do this one, I'm going to put the link below for Vicky's video. So go check that out so you can see how she did these awesome flowers. And I love them because you can like scrunch them up and make them like really shabby. And they're awesome, and they're pretty simple to put together. So I love them. Alright, so the first thing you're going to need is some rosettes, and for the ones I make, I need 5 rosettes, and I believe that's how many she used. I'm not sure. I can't remember at this point, but I didn't have time to watch the video and do the flower, so I just figured I would wing it. And it worked out with 5 rosettes. And basically you're going to want to cut each one in half so that you have the pieces to work with. Okay, so that's... for me that was kind of hard because I never cut rosettes in half. I always cut the netting off around them, so that I've done. And hers, I don't think she cut the netting off because it does kind of, you know, it's a nice shabby look if you leave the netting on, but I didn't want my netting on. Alright, so they're all cut in half, and for my step you need to also cut lace that's going to fit behind them and just kind of peek through. So that's the extra step for my flower. So what I do is I start by just cutting the lace I'm going to need, and I just have this lace from my shop. You can really use any kind of lace you've got. It doesn't have to be cut perfect to your rosette, just something that's going to peek through when you're putting the flower together. So what you're going to do after you have your pieces cut is you're then going to kind of do 2 steps in one, because to make the rosette flower you just fold this in half. I'm going to apply some hot glue. My glue gun broke the other day, so this is just a temporary one. It's not the one I'm used to. I don't like it. But you're going to adhere the lace and then fold it over in one step. And then I always press right here in the center. It's almost like you're making little pizza pieces, pizza slices. So let me show you that again, and then I'll either delete or speed up the rest of the process. I haven't done tutorials yet on the iPad, and I know that there's, I think, something extra you can buy to speed up the video, but I haven't found it yet, so I don't know if I'll find it by tonight. But again, you just take it and you put your lace on the glue, and I just fold it over all in one step to make your, basically I think of it as like a little pizza slice. So you're cutting them in half and then folding them over. And I'm going to go ahead and do that with all of these pieces, and I will be back when they're done. So I'm just about done. I'm on the last one, and I thought of something I wanted to mention. When you're gluing the lace on, you're going to want to make sure it peeks through, but not a whole lot, because if you have too much peeking through, it's going to just look kind of odd. That was my mistake on the first one, and I ended up having to cut some of the lace off. Okay. But when you're finished gluing all of those pieces, you'll be left with a bunch of little, like I said, like pizza slices. And you're going to need something to glue them onto. I just cut out a circle out of cardstock. I believe Vicky used felt for hers. I can't remember, but felt would probably be best. I don't have any felt though, so I have cardstock. And you're going to want to do 2 layers. So for your first layer, you're going to think of it like I guess like a pizza. I mean, I don't know, I must be hungry or something. But I do this with fractions. Whenever I teach fractions, I always talk about food with the kids. I think I just really like food. But you're going to want 6 your 6 pizza slices together in a pie on the outside edge of this circle. So I just put a dab of glue, and this is going to be for my 3 pieces. So when I line them up, I figure that I'm going to want to put 3. And you're putting the corner toward the center. And yes, you are leaving a little bit of space. You don't want them, you don't have to push them all the way close to the center. I don't know that that makes any sense. It's not a big deal if there's a little blue showing through because you're going to do another layer, is really what I'm trying to say. But you do want your 6 pieces on there. And see what I mean about the lace just kind of peeking through? If you had it too far out, the bottom layer is just going to look funny. So it's just a nice little hint of lace showing through there. So then I put another dab of glue. And again, you're going to want to put your pizza slices facing in, and you're going to want to fit 3 more on there. And I just kind of set them all down, and then I press down and move them just a little if I need to. So this is your bottom layer of the flower. Now at this point, you could actually leave it just like this and put like a little lace flower in the center. You could put a little rosette in the center. You could put a big huge button or brooch in the center. Or you can go ahead and make your second layer, which is what I'm going to do. And you're pretty much doing the same thing, except now you have 4 pizza slices to work with. And so again, I'm going to tackle like half at a time, and I'm going to make sure I put my 2, and I'm going to try to kind of offset them going in between 2 of the other little rosette pieces I have there. And I want to make sure that I fit them together so they're about half of the inner circle. Get another glue stick. And then I'm going to go ahead and put the other 2. And again, make sure you're spacing them so that they both fit on there evenly. And just kind of press them together. And then there you have the flower. So now all you need to do is add something in the center. The little rosettes are like perfect if you want to have just like a super rosette flower. Of course you could add like I don't know, some kind of brooch or something, like a vintage earring. I've got these little pearls still that I like. I might do that. I've got that. I don't know what I want to do. Oh, I have this little, it's like a little applique thing, so I'll put that in the middle. I think this is pretty much exactly what I did for the blue rosette. Yep. I'm just putting a little applique in the middle, and then I'm probably just going to do like a little button on the top of that. For now. I may rip it off later. I'm really bad about that. I put a center in and then I don't like it and I just rip it off and put something else in. But there you have it. So I like to kind of scrunch it up, and again, this is the one with lace. So the only thing is you're just adding lace before you fold it. And I really like the way this lace turned out, so I think I'm going to use this again. But there you have your fabric flower, rosette flower, and here you can see I left that one a little too far out. That's why I went back and showed you. Make sure they're tucked in nicely, whatever lace you use, because if you leave them too far out, they just look kind of funny. So I'll have to go back and make one without the lace sticking out like that. But those are the flowers, and again, this was the one I made, and I followed the exact same directions, just I did not put lace in the middle. And this one has lace in the middle, and so does this one. So I'll put a link for Vicky's tutorial below. I just wanted to show you how I added the lace to the center. And thanks so much for watching, guys, and thank you, Vicky, for the great tutorial. Bye!